Hi, this is Justin from theclosureclub, and today I want to have a real conversation with you, man to man. Because let's face it, dating advice out there is mostly shallow. Generic quotes, recycled tactics, and surface level games. But today we are going deeper. This is about something powerful I've learned from experience. Something no one ever explicitly taught me, but I wish I had known sooner. It's the truth about validation. The thing is, women thrive on validation. It's fuel to their self-image, a critical ingredient in their emotional diet, and we as men are often way too eager to feed them this validation without a second thought. Now listen carefully, because this is the opposite of every cliche you have heard. When you shower a woman with validation, constant compliments, instant replies, immediate attention, you become predictable. Predictable equals boring. Boring equals friend zone or rejection. Harsh, right? I used to be that guy. Every single morning I would text her first, always trying to be the first thing she saw when she woke up. I would compliment her for doing literally nothing. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so incredible. You deserve everything. Nice words, right? But guess what? The more I gave, the less she cared. I was baffled. Why didn't my sincere efforts work? Here's the brutal psychology behind it. When you instantly validate someone, you send a subconscious message. Hey, I'm already sold on you. You don't have to do anything else to earn my interest. This creates laziness, and what it does, eventually it kills attraction. It's like paying someone before they have done their job. They lose the incentive to perform, and that's exactly what happened with me. I was an emotional ATM, always dispensing validation whenever she needed a confidence boost. And like any ATM, she did not respect it. She just used it. But here's the moment everything shifted. I remember vividly one night after a long day, she texted me something like, I feel so insecure today. I feel like I look terrible. She expected my usual instant response. No way, you're perfect, you're the best. But instead, this time I didn't rush to reassure her. I didn't send an immediate reply. In fact, I didn't reply at all that night. I just left it there as it is, unread, waiting. And guess what happened next? By the morning, my phone had blown up with messages from her. She had gone from I'm feeling insecure to hey, are you okay? And eventually, did I do something wrong? Suddenly, the girl who barely replied to my text on time was anxiously double texting me. Think about that for a moment. What changed? Validation was withheld. That's what. For the first time, she felt uncertainty. Suddenly, her brain was forced to wonder. Did I lose him? Does he still care? Is he talking to someone else? Or did he finally get tired of chasing me? She became invested. Because here's the thing, human psychology, especially female psychology in dating, thrives on uncertainty. And I realized that by giving instant validation, I had killed the very tension that makes attraction intense. And by withdrawing it, I made her crave that validation even more. Now let me be clear. This is not some manipulative tactic to play mind games or toy with someone's emotions. That's not what this channel is all about. It's simply the recognition of basic human psychology. And I'm sorry to break, but women mind, the psychology, women's mind work like this. When something is scarce, people value it more. This applies to economics, to luxury goods, and most powerfully to human relationships. Women especially, no matter what they tell you, respect a man who maintains boundaries around his validation. A man who doesn't desperately give away his approval. A man who waits for it to be earned. And here's the truth that no one likes to say out loud. If you flood her with compliments, you're telling her you have nothing else to offer. You are placing her on a pedestal, which means you're automatically looking up at her and she's automatically looking down on you. And that is a weak, submissive position. And nobody respects weakness, especially the woman you desire. I learned this hard way, but once I understood it, everything changed. After that night, I started responding to her differently. I still complimented her. It doesn't mean that I stopped complimenting her totally, but sparingly, and only when she had actually done something impressive or meaningful. In other words, she had to earn that compliment from me from that day on. Or when she would say, "I look terrible today," instead of blindly reassuring her, I would say something like, "Everyone has days like that, and you are a human." You remember what I used to reply to this earlier? So you see the difference. I'm not chasing approval, I'm acknowledging reality without being her emotional servant. And somewhat fascinating happened. Her interest soared. She initiated conversations more often. She tried harder to earn my compliments. She became curious about me in ways she never had before. Because now my validation actually meant something. It had value. Here's a secret most men overlook. A woman's respect is infinitely more valuable than her approval. If she doesn't respect you, she will never truly desire you. And respect can't exist without boundaries. Boundaries around your validation, boundaries around your attention, boundaries around your time. When you master this, something incredible happens. Women don't just like you, they respect you. They don't just flirt, they chase. They don't just tolerate you, they crave your attention. That's exactly what happened to me. And I came to know that day, I realized that day that women are made to chase. Women love to chase. The moment I refused to instantly validate her, she realized I was not predictable anymore. I became interesting, intriguing, and desirable. She didn't lose attention because I withheld my validation. No, she gained attraction because I set my boundaries. So if you're listening right now and if you're frustrated because you feel like you're doing everything right, yet getting nothing in return, stop giving your validation away so easily. Be willing to create a little uncertainty, a little doubt in a mind. Be confident enough to hold back compliments until they are earned. Be patient enough to give yourself value but not always being available. And let alone giving compliments, I would even suggest you that you should even do valuable criticisms from time to time. I'm not saying you should criticize fake. You should do fake criticism. No, if something is not right, you should have the guts. You should be the only guy to tell her on her face. Right. So when you become the man who respects himself enough to set boundaries, women sense it. They respect it. They want it. I don't care if they sound harsh. It's true and it's proven. I've lived it, and once you understand it, you will see attraction in a completely different light. And here's my advice. Don't just take my word for it. Try it yourself. Try it on your woman. Try it on your partner. Watch how fast the dynamics shift. Watch how respect turns into attraction. Watch how quickly her interest spikes. You deserve more than being someone else's emotional crutch. You're not a backup plan or a validation dispenser. You are a man who deserves respect, interest, and genuine attraction. And this is exactly the kind of deep, no-nonsense conversation we have on this channel. No recycled advice, no artificial, superficial tricks. So if this resonated, if you understand what I'm saying, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, because here at the Closure Club, we don't play games, we master psychology. And trust me, when you finally master the subtle art of validation, you will never look back. You will see dating and women in a way you never imagined possible. You ready? So welcome to the Closure Club. This is Justin signing off. Take care.